So, now that everyone has arrived, last ones are getting seats. Welcome everyone to our event, Black Paradise, White Poverty. My name is Sonia, I'm your host for tonight. I'm also the project manager of this project called AfriCAN, and I'm going to give you a little introduction of what is happening here today. So, as you may know or may not know, this is an AIESEC event because we're all from AIESEC, and AIESEC is the organization that hosts this event and also a project. So AIESEC is the world's largest students' organization, and we're focused on international exchange and leadership development. AfriCAN is a project that has been developed in our local committee here in Hamburg, and we're all engaged in fostering exchange with Africa, different African countries, and raising awareness for Africa through different events like this one tonight. Today we have our panel discussion, Black Paradise, White Poverty. You will meet our beautiful panelists shortly. And before we do this, I'll quickly tell you what's going to be happening today. We will have our panelists introduce themselves, then we will have a quick video session of some material that we shooted here in Hamburg, in Germany, and also in Africa. And then we will have an interesting discussion going with everyone about prejudices and stereotypes concerning African countries and also concerning Europe. So it's going to be from both perspectives. And after this, we will have a nice little get-together. We've prepared some materials for you. We've prepared some other little goodies for you. So feel free to get together with everyone and talk about the things that you were discussing before. So now, I would like to introduce our panelists. I just learned today that it is actually custom in Africa that people are being introduced and they're not introducing themselves. So I will give you a quick introduction of everyone. I didn't know that before, so I'm still learning about Africa as well. So here on this side we have Benjamin Musa. Ben is an AIESECer here from Hamburg, and he actually went on an internship to Ghana. He did a traineeship there, and he will tell us about his experiences later. Then we have Afandri Niba from Cameroon. Afandri is also in my project team. He is a student here in Germany, in Hamburg. He grew up in Cameroon, and now he's here with us. Then we have Linda Kurz. From Passau originally, but now came from Braunschweig, so she's from the region. Linda did an internship in Nigeria, and she will tell us about her experiences there. Then we have come to our moderator, Dr. Meinhardt. He kindly came here to moderate this event for us, and he's engaged in politics here at the University of Hamburg. And he's also married to a beautiful wife from Malawi and has so his commitment to Africa has been very long and intense. Then we have Lena Winkelmann. Lena is also in AIESEC in Osnabrück, and she had some experiences in Cameroon that she will tell us about. Then we have Evans. He's our very special guest for tonight because he's our first trainee from Africa that we actually brought here through an AIESEC internship. Just arrived 10 days ago, so we're really happy to have you here. Thank you. And last but not least, we have Berno Koika, who has been in AIESEC for a longer time as well and really engaged, and also went to Kenya for an internship on the topic of microfinancing. And he will tell us about his experiences as well. So now, we would like to start with our videos from a survey that my team did here in Hamburg, and also we kindly got some materials from Africa, so please see what the people said about Africa and Europe. These were asked equally to the people who we interviewed here in Hamburg as well as the people who we interviewed in Africa. We asked them about what do you think of Africa or Europe, or what do you know about the other continent? Then what is your opinion, what should be improved there, what can we learn from each other? And also we asked about the Millennium Development Goals. If you have not heard them, we also have some materials here prepared. Of course, we had lots more of interviews that we could have shown, but we would now like to start with the discussion. So may I please ask our panelists to come to the front so we can start discussing what we heard. Yes, so now we would like to discuss what stereotypes our panelists have experienced themselves by going to Africa, coming from Africa, and what other things they would like to share about their experiences. So I'll give the word to Dr. Meiner.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is a privilege to moderate this panel discussion tonight, and when I was asked whether I could do that, I agreed at the same time, because I think such forum is very important for the understanding of Africa in Germany and also the other way around. And therefore, I'm very happy to be here with you tonight, and I'm very happy to see that there's quite an impressive attendance here on this very beautiful summer evening, and I really appreciate that. So, as we have seen the interviews, I would like to start with you, Linda. You went to Nigeria, and you had some experiences there. And so I would like to know, do you agree with the statements we just heard here, and what was your first impression when you arrived in Nigeria? I guess it was the first time for you to arrive in Africa, and so what was your first impression, and then how did it continue?
Okay, well, I think there were a lot of opinions and information in the video, so with some I would agree. Of course, yeah, you have the topics from Africa are hungry, poverty, colonialism. These topics also come to my mind when I think about Africa. But there's a lot of more I know now after I've been to Nigeria. Maybe to the other topics will come later. My impression when I arrived in Nigeria, I was happy that the AIESECers were there. I was very afraid to go there because I heard a lot of bad news about Nigeria before I went there, and all my family, they were against my decision to go to Nigeria. So I was very afraid. And when I arrived in Nigeria, in Lagos, Lagos is a mega city, by the way. So it's big, it's full of people, and maybe, yeah, that was even making me more afraid of what I saw, because there were so many people, everything was different from what I know. But at least the AIESECers were there, and so I spent the first days with them, and they told me where to buy food, they told me how to go by bus, because all these things I couldn't do on my own. So it took me, I would say, maybe 1 week to get used to the way of living in Lagos. And well, then, yeah, I started to be comfortable being there. I started to be comfortable being on the street. And well, yeah, maybe it took me a bit longer than a week to be comfortable with being a white person. Yeah.
Thank you very much. The same question goes to Evans.
Well, I'll just go straight to my first impression when I arrived here. Well, I'd say first thing was when I just came out of the airport. I'd say I was really shocked that there were actually about 10 people there, you know, because I didn't know Germans, to be precise, would be that nice.